Good morning, beloveds. So I have two prayer requests for you this morning. One is for all of the people in the path of Ida. It looks like it did quite a number on New Orleans, and then there's a small town next to New Orleans because New Orleans didn't take a direct hit, but it was a little further to the west. And so I understand that New Orleans is without power right now. And there's a lot of social media requests for one prayer and two rescue. So that will be the first prayer request. The second prayer request is for me. I am doing my ordination paperwork. I know it's due September. I don't know if that means I have to have it in tomorrow or by the end of September. My intention is to turn it in either tonight or tomorrow. So we will see. And then we will go from there. I don't know. All right. Those are my prayer requests. And yeah. So I've been a little distracted lately. It is August 30th. Our title is Heaven is My World Today. And the quote is, "So heed God, you men of wits, so that you may prosper." And that is from the Quran. The unlimited action of God surrounds me on every hand, and I rejoice to see it. It merely seeks my recognition to become my experience today. Resolutely I turn to the good, the perfect, and the true, and claim these as my world and my experience. They respond with ease, for they await my acceptance to be real to me. God's beauty is in every person, God's intelligence is in everything, and God's unalterable law is maintaining order. All this is mine, for it created me to rejoice in it and be glad. Perfect good surrounds me, perfect life acts through me. I can make every dream come true and every demonstration come to pass. No restrictions save my own inabilities to see God in all and through all. I lift my eyes and behold greatness in every man and healing in every heart. The peace which has never been disturbed is now revealed to me. The divine plan is now obvious to me, and I am amazed at what I can be. I can move with ease, for all life is impelling me forward into a new and greater experiences. Now I see the nothingness of evil, the stupidity of blaming the past, and accepting the limitation in the future. This will never confuse me again, for the allness of God is mine today. In this heaven of God's presence is revealed my own possibilities. I will become the person God intended me to be. There is nothing to prevent my spiritual evolution. I grow in grace each hour, and I find more and more of God in my present environment. Where yesterday I saw a problem, today I see a possibility. I am at ease. Life is more fully mine than ever before, and I never cease to thank God for all that His mind has revealed to me today. Oh, has revealed to me. There was no today, but there's always today. All right. So now I see the nothingness of evil, the stupidity of blaming the past, and the accepting of limitations of the future. This will never confuse me again, for the allness of God is mine today. That is a powerful, powerful statement. And if we could do that 100% of the time, the world would be an amazing place. But we are human, and we get confused by the material. And so what I would suggest to you is to take those two sentences, and whenever you are being confused by the material, then to use those. There's so much in this one. It really is about going back to God's idea about us. We spend a lot of time telling ourselves who we are. We spend a lot of time listening to other people about who we are. We spend a lot of time listening to society, to culture, to religion, to various groups about who we are. And none of them are true. All of them have parts of the truth, but none of them are the entire truth. You want the entire truth, there's only one place to go, and that's back to God. Because that is who created you. Or what, if you prefer what. What created you, who created you, and what you were created from. And so, if you want to know who you are, the only way to find that out is for you to go directly to the source, which is God. Which is the importance and the purpose of spiritual practice. There's a whole lot of purpose to spiritual practice. There's a lot of reasons why we do spiritual practice. But in the end, it is to get to know the source and to get to know who we are. And there we can learn that a lot of the limits that we have either placed on ourselves or allowed to be placed on us don't really exist. They're simply in our own minds. And so we accept something better for ourselves, something greater for ourselves. And we accept something better and greater for everyone around us. We realize that none of us are stuck in the nonsense that we're dealing with. Nonsense is no sense. There's no reality to it. And so heaven is my world today. And the quote from the Quran is, "So heed God, ye men of wits, so that you may prosper." Go back to the source. Go back to your source. Go back to the source of everything. Everything that comes to you, no matter what channel it uses, comes from the source. So heed that source. The unlimited action of God surrounds me on every hand, and I rejoice to see it. And that's it. When you see it, you will rejoice, because you're like, oh, this is not what I expected. It merely seeks my recognition to become my experience today. And that's the truth. It's all around us all the time. It merely waits for us to recognize it. I mean, it's waving at us. It's jumping up and down. And we persist in being blind to it. So as soon as we see it, then it becomes our experience. Resolutely, I turn to the good, the perfect, the true, and claim these as my world and experience. I'm going to turn my back on what I have been told and to turn to what I know as my source. I'm going to turn to the good. I'm going to turn to God. I'm going to turn to love. They respond with ease, for they await my acceptance to be real to me. And that's that free will thing. It's like, we are allowed to persist in seeing all of the nonsense that we want to see. We're allowed to persist in seeing that. And then, when we see the truth, it's like a light came on. God's beauty is in every person. God's intelligence is in everything. God's unalterable law is maintaining order. All of this is mine, for it created me to rejoice in it and be glad. All of this is mine, because I was created by the source, for the source, for the purpose of rejoice, which is joy. Perfect good surrounds me. Perfect life acts through me. Remember, perfect means whole. I can make every dream come true and every demonstration come to pass. I can make every dream come true. What are you dreaming? Are your dreams in alignment with what and who Source is? that might come back to, and then the other consideration is, one, you want to be in alignment, and two, you gotta stop doubting yourself. You gotta stop doubting yourself. Because frequently we get in our own way. We get in our own way. Or we allow other people to get in our way. Okay? Nobody can get in our way if we are truly set on a course. But when we're not, we can let other people get in our way. Because I can hear you going, yeah, but such and such. Yes, other people get in our way all the time. Because we allow it. Because we allow it. No restrictions save my own inability to see God in and through all. That's a statement. I lift my eyes and behold greatness in every person and healing in every heart. I lift my eyes. I see above the material. I see into the spiritual. I see into the truth. I see greatness in everyone around me because I see God in everyone around me. I see love in everyone around me and healing in every heart. The peace which has never been disturbed is now revealed to me. That's that place that Jesse talks about, that center where nothing has ever been wrong. That peace where that nothing has ever been wrong. It exists, and it exists within us. It's a matter of us being willing to go in there and meet that unfiltered God. And I know for a lot of us that can be a scary thing, but the first time you do it, you're like, wait, that was kind of cool. Let me do that again. First time's the scariest. And then after that, you realize that it's a safe, loving place, and you want to go there a lot more. The divine plan is now obvious to me. God's idea. God's idea. And I am amazed at what I can be. I can move with ease, for all of life is impelling me forward into new and greater experiences. Now I see the nothingness of evil, the stupidity of blaming the past, and accepting limitations on the future. The stupidity of blaming the past, yes, it happened. Yes, it happened. But it does not have to put limits on our future. We can let all that go. This will never confuse me again, for the allness of God is mine. Oh, there's the today. The allness of God is mine today. In this heaven of God's presence is revealed my own possibility. We are always in God's always in God's presence. We are always in God's presence. So the question becomes, are we aware of it? Because when we are aware of God's presence, then all of those possibilities become obvious. And how do we do that? By doing our spiritual work. We do our spiritual practice. We practice the presence, and then we see the possibilities. I will become the person God intended me to be. Who did God intend us to be? Joyful, loving, creative, authentic beings. There's no fated plan. You don't have a destiny. But you are a godling who is here to have experiences and to be love. Anything beyond that, what did they say? You're in charge of the frosting. You're in charge of the frosting. Who you are at the core of your being is a godling, made of, for, and by love. Everything else is the frosting, and that you get to choose. You get to choose what you do with that love, how you spread that love, who you are in that love. You get all that choice. The one thing that God chooses is love. That's who God intended you to be. Beyond that, it's all icing on the cake. There is nothing to prevent my spiritual evolution. There's nothing to prevent your spiritual evolution. at all. I grow in grace each hour, and I find more and more of God in my present environment. I find more and more of God in my present environment because I'm looking for it. I'm actively looking for it all the time. And even when I'm not actively looking for it, because I have done my spiritual work, I am subconsciously looking for it. I have that pot on the back burner burning all the time, simmering all the time. So it's always looking for God. And then occasionally I hit those moments and I go, well, I just need to see God in this situation, so I'm actively looking. I grow, where yesterday I saw a problem, today I see a possibility. Where your attention goes is where your power goes. Focus on the possibility, not the problem. I am at ease. Life is more fully mine than ever before, and I never cease to thank God for all that God's mind has revealed to me and will continue to reveal. As we continue to look, we will see more and more and more and more. And that's the goal. All right, beloveds, what is the mission today? I think this one will make a good one. The mission today is to lift our eyes and behold greatness in every person and healing in every heart. Especially right now with Ida. Greatness in every person, which is asking you to see every person that comes across your field of vision as a godling, as a beloved child of God, including yourself, and healing in every heart. We've all had challenges. Why not see the gift of healing in every heart? It's an amazing gift that we can give each other, to see that healing, to hold that healing for each other, to know the highest and best for each other, to know that we are each and every one of us children of God. That's the mission. It's the same mission every day. It is the same mission every day, to know who we are. All right, beloveds, I would also encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, to do something kind for yourself, to do something compassionate for yourself, for whatever that looks like. You know, from taking a nap to running a marathon. I don't ever intend to run a marathon. Doesn't mean I won't. I just don't intend to. No, my knees are still bothering me, so I opted to go for a bike ride today. So that was my loving, kind, compassionate thing. I also took a good long nap yesterday. It was good. So, you know, whatever it is that is, you know, loving, kind, compassionate in your world. You want to make 3 separate things, one big thing, one little thing. Doesn't matter. Just practice your own compassion on yourself because you deserve it. You deserve it. It's also, when you practice upon yourself, it means that you'll have more to share. You absolutely will. All right, beloveds, I also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I'm not a morning person, but that exercise first thing in the morning, engaging that mind and that body, definitely gets me up and going. Get a face full of sun. It is documented. It will help you have more energy during the day, sleep better at night, and improve your vitamin D, which is very good for your thyroid and your immune system. All right, beloveds. And open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven now. It is all around you all the time. It merely awaits your recognition. And we heard that today, just like we hear it almost every day from Ernest and Raymond. Almost every day. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move into the process of my day. It is Monday, so yep. And I have ordination paperwork to finish, and I have a job I gotta go do. So, take care of yourselves, and do what you need to do to make it a good day, a great day, an amazing day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day. A good day. If that's too much pressure, simply have a day. All right? Know that you are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. That is our state of grace. All right, I know there's a book study today. So if you're interested in that, email info@creativelife.org. Get a Zoom link for that. There's about 3 book studies going. There's a new one starting on, I think it starts this Thursday. And that one is going to follow the book that Jesse is going to be working from for the Sunday meditation. So that'll be really cool. Reverend David should be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And you can always catch us on the YouTubes, on the Instagrams, and on Facebook. Because both of us, Creative Life Spiritual Center is on Facebook. Well, you know that if you're watching this. Unless you're watching the YouTube channel. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, and Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube. And then the Running Rev Ryan has a YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All of them are the Running Rev Ryan. So you feel free to check them out and see what we get up to. All right, beloveds. Do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. Drink plenty of water. And know that you're loved. Until next time.